Top 10 cartoons we shouldn't have been watching as kids. Every child's life is incomplete without the presence of cartoons. Several generations of youngsters have grown up viewing animated pictures since the invention of cartoon films over a century ago. Many girls have dreamt about being princesses after viewing classic animated tales such as Peter Pan, Aladdin, The Magic Lamp, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, and others. Many boys have pictured themselves as brave knights. On the other hand, cartoons can have beneficial and destructive effects on a child's cognitive development and behavior. Hello, and feel welcomed in today's video, where we shall be talking about cartoons that have been proved inappropriate for children. Hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell. Leave a like, comment, and share the video as well. Without further ado, let's get the party started. Many parents intend to keep their children away from the television for fear of their children becoming couch potatoes, commonly known as idiot boxes. No offense though, in reality, child specialists argue that watching television can fry children's brains. They would be better off engaging in more absorbing and beneficial activities such as reading, jigsaw puzzles, arts and crafts, and playing outside. While this is all true, keeping children away from the television can be difficult. But with effort and consistency, this can be achieved. Having known and proved that what we absorb is what we become, no parent would want nothing but the best for their children. That's reason enough to stay tuned and pay attention if you really care about your kid. Here is a list of harmful cartoons to children from 2 to 6 years old that should be avoided at all costs. As a result, the impacts of these cartoons may not be as severe in older, more discerning children. It wouldn't be so bad if these older children saw them now and then. Number 10. Caillou. Nobody loves seeing a naughty small kid, whether on TV or in real life, but Caillou is one of them. You don't want to see your kid watch this. Caillou is a Canadian animated series about a young boy's exploits and interaction with his newborn sister. The youngster is a grumpy, tantrum-throwing brat who isn't particularly polite to his younger sister at first, but finally warms up to her by the conclusion of the episodes. Although Caillou's stories are intended to encourage youngsters to be nice to their siblings, Caillou's initial bravado can lead to misbehaving children after adopting his behavior and upset parents. Number 9. Adventure Time. Adventure Time is a relatively recent cartoon that can be frightening and inappropriate for kids. Who wants to be woken up by kids having nightmares? Not me, and probably you too. A boy named Finn and his dog or adoptive brother, Jake, who can change forms, star in this animated series set in a post-apocalyptic region called Ooh. When you understand that Finn and Jake are always fighting demons and the Ice King, who kidnaps the princess characters, the show appears harmless and playful. However, a scary episode comes through, and whatever happens, it isn't very comforting to older people. In this episode, the two dress Satan after arriving in Ooh and draining the souls out of everyone he meets. That not being enough, the creepiest episode was when the Ice King grabbed a piece of each princess character and sewed them together to make his princess. Not to mention an episode in which Finn had multiple personalities and became a psychopath. Except for those who made the cartoon, who would like their children to watch this? Number 8. The Ren and Stimpy Show. This short-lived cartoon first aired in 1991 and lasted only 5 seasons. It was noted for its sexual themes and crude humor, although it aired on Nickelodeon. Ren, an unstable chihuahua, and Stimpy, a stupid cat, were the show's central characters. The creators attempted to adopt it into an adult cartoon for Spike in 2003, but it was unsuccessful. The comic is currently airing on Teen Nick as part of the 90s Are All That program, featuring cartoons from the 1990s. Number 7. Johnny Bravo. Suppose you are a millennial, you probably watched and enjoyed this show. However, sadly, it finds a spot in this list. This is one of those shows that later in life you realize how improper it was for you to watch as a youngster when you look back on it. This was a show about a womanizer who makes sexual innuendos. For example, in one episode, he is about to be a human sacrifice, and when someone announces they are about to sacrifice a virgin, Johnny looks right into the camera and asks, "Virgin?" This show may have been aimed toward older people, but that didn't stop young children watching. Number 6. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. The Grim Reaper is one of the show's primary characters. The two youngsters are generally gravely injured or killed due to the episode's activities, but they reappear fine in the next episode. That may not be an issue. The main character getting harmed in cartoons seems the norm. But what about causing injury or even murder? Mindy, the girl, is responsible for the deaths of a few other people, and the trio occasionally appears in a mysterious underworld. This might be acceptable if it aired late at night for an adult audience, but a 3 o'clock position is geared at children. Number 5. Scooby-Doo. Here's another one that seems unfit for this list, but sadly, it is, and there's a reason why it has secured a spot. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Has no actual violence. It can also be considered a negative influence on children, but in a bad sense. The bunch of teenagers and Scooby would break into ancient abandoned houses and structures to search down and eliminate ghosts in their quest to answer unexplained mysteries. It taught children that it was okay to trespass and tamper with private property, causing them to do so without considering the consequences of their conduct. Number 4. Richie Rich. Any show that emphasizes money as the answer to everything, whether it's for adults or children, can't be good. Such as the case with Richie Rich, a cartoon based on the same named comic book character. Although the cartoon teaches concepts such as more important things in life than money, money is still a considerable aspect of Richie's life. If he's depressed, his father will buy him something to cheer him up. Daddy buys him a new library with books printed on old money if he's having trouble with his grades. These tactics instilled extreme materialism in both children and adults. Number 3. The Little Mermaid. After a string of flops, The Little Mermaid is regarded as the animated film that resurrected the golden ages of Disney film magic. Though it was a huge hit, it didn't exactly teach the best lessons to little girls, even if it was accidental. Even though Ariel is a rebellious mermaid who continually challenges her father, she is nevertheless his favorite daughter. Despite his instructions not to approach humans, she disobeys him on purpose, and what occurs as a result? Although it goes against every grain of his being, he gives in to her once and allows her to marry. Though we are meant to be free to make our judgments at the end of the day, publicly rejecting our parents is not one of them, especially at such a young age. This sends the wrong message to children. Number 2. Courage, the Cowardly Dog. Courage is a cute dog, and many of us used to like this cartoon as kids. On the other hand, some kids disliked the comic because they believed it was too frightening. Looking at it today, we can see how the content could be scary to a child. Courage, a purple dog, and his old owners star in this American horror animation. Courage is responsible for keeping his owners safe and resolving the situation when a series of creepy events occur on their property in the middle of nowhere. Number 1. Tom and Jerry. One of the greatest of all time's cartoon show closes the chapter. Many parents expressed their displeasure with Tom and Jerry, which ruthlessly presents the classic cat and mouse conflict. The cartoon's premise is that Tom the cat would constantly goad Jerry the mouse, with Jerry consistently winning over Tom thanks to his intelligence and crafty qualities. The way they would assault each other, on the other hand, showed beating of skulls, hammering fingers, and other terrible methods. After it was discovered that children were injuring one another due to replicating what they saw in the animation, the creators decided to tone down the violence. Limiting your children's screen time and encouraging them to go outside and play will make them healthier and happier. Isn't it upsetting that cartoons must be censored? Have you ever watched any of these cartoons? Please share your experiences if you have watched any. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. If you enjoyed and found the video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Until the next video, peace, I'm out.